So here we are in the summer, and we're working to complete student schedules, and I want to walk through a few of the steps to take after PowerSchool has already built the schedule, after you've done student requests. The master schedule has been completed, but the system is not going to schedule 100% of the students for 100% of the classes. So oftentimes you're going to have a few students or a good number of students with a hole in their schedule. And I'm going to walk you through the process on how to do that and how to fill those holes. So the first thing you do is you go through schedule search. And then what we want to do is we want to just find the scheduled holes. So then we'll search. And then you have a list of students. So we have 644 students that have a hole somewhere in their schedule that we need to fix. So in order to do this efficiently, I'm going to open up a few different screens. One screen I'm going to do, I'm going to click Student Screens, and then over here, I'm going to look at Modify Schedule, and Submit. And those 644 student names are going to populate on the left side of the screen. And Skyla Addison was the first student that was on that list, so there's 644 names. Whenever I click a student name, it's going to populate their schedule that they currently have. One of the easiest ways I've found to do this is to click Manually Schedule Student. And this screen will pop up and it'll show you exactly what classes they're in, some of the classes that they requested that they might not have been enrolled in. So I have this screen. I'm going to bring over another screen for us to kind of look at. So here's one of the more helpful screens that I have on a secondary computer screen. I'll have 3 different screens on my computer at one time. So it allows me to view everything that I'm working with. So this is this student's schedule, and you can see right here, this student is missing a first block class in semester 1. Okay, so this is the hole that we need to fill. So another thing that I'm going to look at, this is another screen that I have pulled up on my secondary screen. This is the courses that the student requested in the spring, the previous spring. And we, to get to this process, we did transcript audits. We had students fill out a request for all of their courses, which included a lot of different options for courses. So you can see that every single class on here is something that she has requested and she is actually able to take, but it's possible that the computer program was not able to work her into one of these classes. So we need to find some alternatives. So I see that she did sign up for co-op, and she's going back to her schedule matrix. There's no co-op on this schedule, and co-op is one of those very flexible courses for seniors that you can have them co-op in first block or fourth block. If they're going to co-op multiple blocks, you could do first block and second block, or third block and fourth block. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to enroll her in a co-op course in the spring during first block. So I look over here, and whenever you go to the manually scheduled student screen like I did here, every course that student requested is here, whether they get it or not, and this shows you all the different options of what she could take. But we are looking at a first block class. The problem with this student's first block class being open is she's requested co-op, but you see here co-op for first block is only offered in second semester. And she has a couple difficulties within her schedule. For example, like she's involved in the softball program. So fourth block she has both first and second block. I'm sorry, fourth block, first and second semester softball, and she is going to want to be in that class if she is on the team. Also, she has limited options with 12th grade honors English because it's only offered during second semester, first block. So I'm going to have to get a little bit creative, and one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to her schedule, and I'm going to add or I'm going to search for an available class during first period. So I'm going to find a class, and one thing that I already know that this student is a senior. It's a very good student. You could tell she's in a lot of the advanced courses. So I'm kind of thinking that she might be a good office aide. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down the list, and I'm going to find the course that I want to enroll her in. Might have to search. So she's going to be a student aide. So what I've done is I've automatically enrolled her in this. Just by clicking that, she's enrolled. So I'm going to show you how this works. I'm going to pull over her matrix, and I'm going to click her name again, and this should automatically add in her new schedule. So you see that her name is now her schedule is completely full. She has a full schedule, so she no longer has a hole in the schedule. So we can move on from her, and then we just move on to the next student. So that is the process to fill student holes. And I showed you a few different ways. You can either do it through the manually schedule student area, or if you see that there are a couple of difficulties and you have to get kind of creative with their courses, you go through search available classes for that block, and that will assist you in filling those schedules.